So we got two NBA dogs tonight that are asking you the same question. Do you still trust them? I know I do. Because in both of these games, I think the market has pushed the number a little too far, and that is where the value starts to show up. So let's get into it. Hey, I'm Joe Raineri with WagerTalk.com, and we've got the Suns at the Hornets tonight, as well as the Lakers at the Thunder. And as far as Phoenix and Charlotte goes, well, current number sitting Hornets 5.5-point favorites. The total in that 220.5 to 221.5 range, depending on the book. And this number opened a little bit higher, and it has come down slightly towards Phoenix from the overnight. So the market has shown at least the Suns a little bit of respect, but make no mistake, the line is still daring you to trust Phoenix on the road. And that, to me, is this whole handicap. Because if you look at just the recent form, Charlotte makes a ton of sense. They've been one of the hotter teams in the league since the calendar turned to January 1st. They've been a strong ATS team all season, and they've handled this range pretty well when they've been asked to lay points. They're at home, they're confident, and if this thing turns into an up and down game, Charlotte absolutely has a path to making the 5.5 look real short. Now, if Phoenix comes out flat, if the turnovers again start to show up, if the defense doesn't travel, well, this can get ugly in a hurry. And I think that's the risk. That's why this number is where it's at. Because here, I think the market, though, may be overplaying it. I don't buy that Charlotte should be laying this kind of number to Phoenix, strictly because the Suns have looked awful on the road lately. They have lost 5 of their last 6 on the road, including that tough loss to Orlando a couple of nights ago, where they went 14 of 46 from 3 and still only lost by 4 points. But the road narrative is real. I just think it's now fully baked into the price. And from a matchup standpoint, this is the key. Can Phoenix keep this game in the half court? Because if they can, I still trust Phoenix more to create quality offense late in possessions than I do anybody else right now. And in a slower, more controlled game, I think having Devin Booker as the best half-court shot creator on the floor, well, I think that's going to matter. And that's the difference for me. Because if Phoenix limits the live ball turnovers and keeps Charlotte from getting easy transition buckets, I don't think the Hornets are built to just run away and hide in this game. Now, could Charlotte win this game? Of course. Could they win by margin? Absolutely. But I am not interested in laying 5.5 with a team that's now being priced like the market has completely figured them out against the Suns team that still has enough shot making and defense to stay inside a number like this and, oh, wait for it, could win this game outright. To me, I'm looking at the Suns and the points. I think the market has pushed way too far towards Charlotte's surge here and too far against Phoenix and their recent ugly road narrative. You're getting points with the team I trust more in the half court, and that matters in a game like this. I'd play this to 5. I think the number is going to keep moving. Definitely at 5.5. At 5, I'm still in. But once this drops to 4.5 or worse, you've missed the best of it. And I'd rather wait for a live spot during the game than to force it pregame. As far as the total goes, I do lean under here. But the side is a stronger play for me because if I'm right about Phoenix covering this number, well, this probably looks more like a controlled half-court game than a track meet. And if I'm not looking to chase an over here because Charlotte has had some recent pace-driven games where they have hit some overs and dropped a whole lot of points, if I am on the Phoenix Suns grabbing the points, I am likely looking at the under. And if Phoenix keeps this game in the half court, this number is too big. I'll take the points with the Suns, and I'll lean towards the under. Okay, now, if you like this style of breakdown, make sure you hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and know that this is exactly how I've been attacking the board every day in the NBA this season. which is why I'm up nearly 52 units. So I got a great opportunity to partner with me right through the NBA Finals. I'll tell you about that right after we talk about our second game preview here tonight. And it involves the Lakers at the Thunder in Oklahoma City, currently sitting as Thunder minus 9.5 total, right around 227.5 to 228.5. And this is where things get interesting, because this number opened closer to 7.5, 8, maybe even 8.5, but now you're seeing 9.5s across the board. It's been a steady stream of OKC money. So the market isn't just leaning towards the Thunder here, it's taxing them. And that matters, because now you're no longer asking, is OKC the better team? Of course they are. I mean, they're 60-16 on the season here, guys. What you should be asking is, should OKC really be laying this many points to this version of the Lakers that we've been seeing? Because that's a different question. And to be fair, there are plenty of reasons the Thunder can cover this number. They're one of the best teams in the league. They score efficiently. They defend at a high level. They're excellent at home. And when they're forcing turnovers, able to go downhill and get those open three looks, well, they can bury you quickly. And if the Lakers slip defensively, if OKC controls the tempo, then this 9.5 points you'd be laying is a rocking chair winner. But I think the market has taken this just a little bit too far, because the Lakers right now are not the same team we were all auto-fading earlier in the season against better competition. The Lakers have looked better, especially over the last month, once they started playing defense. And I've watched this team get healthier. I've watched them be more connected. They're 9-1 in their last 10, and they're covering numbers, not only versus bad teams, but they're leveling up and winning against really good teams that are headed to the postseason, like the Timberwolves, the Cavs the other night, the Denver Nuggets. They have been more competitive, and more importantly, in a game against an opponent like this, they are more than capable with Luka and company and Reeves to hang around, and that, to me, is what matters when you're catching almost double digits. And it's not like OKC has been some sort of covering machine this season. Yes, they win games. They've been one of the most overpriced teams, though, in the league this season. They're sitting at 35-41 against the number and 17-22 against the number at home. That's not a juggernaut. That's a team that does what it does. It needs to win the games. It gets it done. But they're not blowing anybody out of the water. And matchup-wise, the big question for me is, can the Lakers make OKC play in the half court? Because if they can guard the ball well enough, if they can cut down on the transition damage, well, the Thunder offense becomes a lot easier to handle. And you don't need the Lakers to lock them up. You just need them to keep this from turning into an OKC track meet. That's how the Lakers can cover this game. And I'd much rather be taking points with the dog than laying nearly double digits into a price that is already being taxed by the market. Could OKC win this game by 12 or more? Of course. But I'm not laying this kind of number against a Lakers team that's playing better, defending better, and has enough offense to make this more competitive than this number is suggesting. So to me, it's Lakers plus 9.5. I think that's the stronger of the two plays for me tonight. I got an inflated number, and the dog has more than one path to get that cover. Again, I don't need the Lakers to win. They just need to play some defense and not give up the easy buckets. I would play it down to 8 as well. Anything less than that, and I think you've lost the value, and then it would either be pass or wait for the game to start and look for a better live number entry, especially if OKC gets out to a fast start. As far as the total goes, I'm leaning the under here. I think if the Lakers cover, it's because they slow the game down enough, hold up in the half court, and they keep OKC from getting any easy offense in transition. So I'm not interested in chasing an inflated over after the market has already pushed this thing up on both sides. And if this is a locked-in Lakers team that we have seen recently, certainly defensively, then they don't have to win this game to cash. They just have to refuse to go away. And I'm happy taking the 9.5 points. So as a quick recap here, guys, I do like the Suns getting the 5.5 tonight. I do lean to the under in that one. And I like the Lakers getting the 9.5. Also leaning towards the under in that one around the 228.5 mark. And that is how we do it here. Now, I did mention, if you like these breakdowns, make sure you hit that like button and drop your favorite plays on the card here tonight into the chat. Always love to hear from you guys. But also understand, this is exactly how I'm attacking the NBA board every single day this season. And the results have backed it up, guys. 185 NBA plays, 58.5% I've cashed. I am up nearly 52 units. So if you like my best bets or want my strongest positions through the regular season now and into the playoffs, I told you, what a great opportunity to partner up here and take advantage of this limited time offer at WagerTalk. $199 will get you every best bet in the NBA now through the finals. So partner with me over at my page at wt.buzz/JR, or you can visit wagertalk.com. You can grab my page from over there. No reason not to make this one hell of a profitable NBA playoff season. So good luck tonight. Look forward to breaking down more NBA games with you at WagerTalk TV. Cheers.